What is going on, guys? My name is Equal Espresso, and today I'm bringing you something that I have not done yet on this channel. Today I'm going to be throwing out some ideas that I have where I think the Call of Duty series as a whole is going. And you're probably just like, oh, okay, this is maybe just another Black Ops 2 analysis video. It somewhat is, but at the same time it's not, because I'm focusing on Call of Duty as a whole, not just Black Ops 2, and because the thing, Black Ops 2 is actually very, very risky in my opinion in the Call of Duty community, because whenever you think of Call of Duty, what do you think of? You're probably just like, oh, World War II, modern, and that pretty much is it. That sums it up really. The Call of Duty series has been all areas of past history and modern. Whenever you think of it, you can just think of it as World War II, Vietnam, modern warfare, etc., etc. But Call of Duty has not dabbled in futuristic warfare at all, and that's what I think is risky about it, because the Call of Duty community that we've come to know and love and hate, if you rage like me, is all based off of stuff that is realistic and that could have happened or is based on some prior truth, whether it be full completely truth or it's based just on ideas and off events that did happen, like it's shaped off it. So Black Ops 2 I think is going to be the deciding factor in whether or not the Call of Duty series remains strong and alive. And a good buddy of mine actually brought up a point where it's probably you're just like, yep, you know what? It's not going to die because it's Call of Duty. And that actually makes perfect sense, because what do you do every year? You're probably just like, oh, I'm not looking forward to this at all. This doesn't really appeal to me much. But what do you go and do every November? You go out and buy the new Call of Duty. It's like a ritual. But the futuristic warfare is just a whole new idea and new frontier for Call of Duty to go out into. And I think that's what's going to be risky for Treyarch and for just the Call of Duty community as a whole. And another thing that I'm also really curious about is in 2013, late 2013, where's Infinity Ward going to go with their Call of Duty that they're going to put out if they do continue to do the alternating years by switching companies? Because Infinity Ward, they cannot really go back into the past if Black Ops 2 does well. If Black Ops 2 does well, there is no way that the community is going to want to go back in time to a different time change, like back maybe to World War II or something. People would just find that stupid. I'd find it stupid, and I'm pretty sure 90% of the community would find that stupid as well. So that's what really gets me curious, is what the hell is Infinity Ward gonna do whenever it's their year again? Because personally, I don't think that I can see two storylines taking place in the future. I don't know how you would work that, especially between, I don't know if, from the inside, I don't know if they're rival companies, but to me, viewing them, they are pretty much rivals, because they're both creating the best-selling game of all time. Each year, they outsell their own records, and it's phenomenal to see how many people buy the game and what company is in the lead at the time. So I'm really curious to see where Infinity Ward goes with that. I've been pondering some ideas with some people, and what I've come to the conclusion that it'd be pretty damn sick. It'd be really fucking cool if you do somehow have to bring up a second futuristic warfare storyline, if they were to tie everything in to say maybe one family had the call to duty, like how Woods and Price and all that, tie in the Woods family and the Price family and all that, and so it's one big storyline where if you look at it from abroad, it's just one gigantic storyline. And I'm doing all these hand motions that to kind of signify how big it is, but you can't see it, so I'm kind of looking retarded just for myself. But I just thought I'd throw that out there because I don't know. But that would be, in my opinion, the ultimate end to a storyline, because it's the most fabled franchise, in my opinion, in any video game history. It's the most selling video game. First-person shooters have taken a real big rise in the video game market because of games like Call of Duty. And if they were to expand and then finally wrap themselves up all together, that'd be probably the ideal storyline for any company, any developer, anything like that. And that to me, I think, would be very cool. Hell, I would hate to see Call of Duty go, despite how much I say I hate it at times. But it is the best-selling shooter game in my opinion ever. So I'm really curious to see what happens there in the next few years, like storyboard-wise and all that. But another thing I want to talk about is the future of the gameplay itself. The future of the gameplay itself, it kind of looks like Black Ops 2 is going to be following the same engine as the Modern Warfare series, excuse me. And that's actually what I love to see, because the graphics in Black Ops 2, I don't know what it is. It might have just been like the saturation and shit, but it kind of pissed me off. It looked way too cartoony. It looked too fake, too unreal, and people will argue that it was the better of the graphics engines, but I would have to disagree, just because it looked too cartoony in my opinion. You are certainly entitled to what you think of the graphics and all that. I have nothing against you if you're like, oh, Black Ops was so much better than the Modern Warfare engine, but it looks like the Black Ops 2 engine is based off of, or if not the same engine as the Modern Warfare engine. So that's what I like to see about that. But the future gameplay itself is, there's been rumors of no grenade launchers, which I am so stoked for, because I am so sick of people just like being like, hey, what's up, I'm going to use the most OP grenade launcher, and I'm just going to be a total fucking noob and just blow your brains out with a noob tube. That kind of stuff pisses me off, and that's one of the things that like leads the rage. That was my biggest problem with MW2, is because they were way too used. They were extremely overused and extremely overpowered in Modern Warfare 2, and to an extent they were so a little bit in Black Ops and then in Modern Warfare 3, but you don't see them really that much anymore being used. So that's a step up, I guess. But if you completely get rid of it, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Another thing that I think would be cool is like, even though I'd hate it during gameplay if I have to like do some tactical stuff, or I'm like real close to a solid kill streak, I think it would be actually really cool and ambitious for Treyarch to implement a perk or like a kill streak of such, in which you can either be like use a thermal scope to see through walls, or you can just have the ability to like pull down goggles and just like, it's like X-ray vision type stuff. That I think would be really fucking cool. Unless it's being used against me, then I would hate it so much. But for the time being, I think it would be really cool to see just what they can do with that. And at the same time, that would also discourage campers, which is something that has plagued the Call of Duty community as a whole. And I am extremely glad if they can get a way to get that out of there, because that would probably be, in essence, the greatest innovation that Call of Duty has seen, if they can get rid of camping and make it actually an actual combat game, where it's not just a tactical, hey, I'm going to sit in a corner and just blow your fucking brains out because I'm too shitty to play the game legit, that kind of game. So if they can get rid of camping, I would be all for that. Another thing that would be cool, like adding on to that, like seeing through wall stuff and all that, is if it was like a perk or also a kill streak, one of the two, in which like you got the ability to like have a cloaking mechanism almost, in which you could be this quote-unquote mole, and you could go undercover and basically be on the other team and like give out information, give out whereabouts of players and how close they are to a kill streak or something, so you can like take them down. That would be pretty cool, pretty innovative, and very creative in my opinion if they could do that. Now, if they do that, that's another story. I'm not entirely sure if they will. We'll see, I guess. But that's kind of what I think of the up-and-coming gameplay. So give me your thoughts on that. I want to hear definitely what you guys have to say about it. Another thing I want to talk about is the zombies. Zombies, if you guys have not heard, it's moving to larger maps, larger lobbies of 8 people. So no more just the 4-man zombie crew. You can get up to 8 now. There's going to be a storyline to zombies, which I'm so fucking pumped for. Probably the only reason I'm actually like extremely excited for Black Ops 2. And then also there's going to be various game modes for zombies. And now, that being said, if Call of Duty were to fail after Black Ops 2, and it were to take a sudden decrease or something, this I think could be not Infinity Ward, Treyarch's secret weapon. And in which that, like, if they were to go downhill and they had to come up with an idea for their next up for the game, they could pull out the, hey, let's pull out the zombies card. We're gonna put out Call of Duty Zombies as a whole, just its own game. And I think that would be perfectly fine with me, because I loved zombies in Black Ops 2. I thought it was the best part of Black Ops. And yeah, so that I think would be their failsafe if they wanted to continue on and they could not. So this gameplay is wrapping up, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just my common thoughts on what I think is going to happen in the next Call of Duty community years. And yeah, that's really it. So comment, like, and subscribe. I want to hear all your guys' feedback, so leave me some comments and all that. So till next time, guys, I've been Equalized Espresso. Peace.